far out Brussels sprout, guys. It has been a day. I feel like I've done a lot today. It has been a little bit of a down day, but I have done a lot. For some reason, my hair looks so much lighter than it actually is, I feel, in this light. Or maybe it is that light. Like, maybe the sun has just actually really, like, dyed it down. Anyways, I found out that my aircon did not get fixed because they think it's a plumber thing or something or other. So that's really annoying, but my neighbor has given me a towel, an old towel to lay down, so that has meant that I've been able to have my aircon on a little bit more. I've probably had it on way too much today, but whatever. Good news is I am just switching my power, but I'll tell you about that in a second. So I briefly talked to my mom this morning, which was good. Apparently we've overpaid on her rent. Of course we have. So she gave me also an update on her, like, we owe minuscule, like under $500 for her rent this month because we've overpaid. But also she was told that she was going to get a rent increase and that the letter said that there was potential and they were voting on it and la-di-da-di-da. And I had originally said to her, they have to vote on it and they'll tell you. And I'm sure she said to me that it had gone through and that it had happened. And like her rent went up like $60 or $80 or whatever. So last month we paid that full amount. So yeah. Anyways, we're remembering it now. So then my agent called and he sent me through all this stuff, and I had to sign my superannuation, my job role, my contract, my tax thing. I don't have a printer and I use a Samsung. I don't think it's a Samsung's problem, but literally these things are not my friend. So it literally took me about 2.5 hours to successfully sign these papers because I kept not saving. So I typed in stuff on my laptop and then I have to send it to myself to then be able to sign it on my phone, and then it wasn't saving properly and it was just becoming an absolute nightmare. But I got it done in the end. It took me about 2.5 hours to do. I was so annoyed and I was just not a happy camper. I went out, took my neighbor out for breakfast this morning. We split a strawberry Danish and a blueberry Danish, and then I got a vanilla latte and she got a small cappuccino. And yeah, so that was good. It was like $25. I actually paid out of my New Zealand account, so it was more than $25, but I paid out of my New Zealand account because I'm trying to conserve money because I am scared. I actually get paid fortnightly, so I need to make sure I have money in there for my rent, and because I don't know what pay period they're on, I don't know if I'm going to get paid more than next week. So yeah, because I should get paid by Guardian next week, and I should get paid 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 42 hours, I think. So that should cover 2 weeks worth of rent, which will be fine. I mean, it will cover 2 weeks of rent, but I just don't know if I'm getting all of that in one go, if I'll get my if I'll get my last pay of the annual leave that I've occurred, as well as the 1 day, so I'm not exactly sure how it works. I've also got my agent trying to look into, because Guardian and I have ticked yes, for the 10% raise, and they're giving a lump sum to Guardian, and that is covering till from the 2nd of December till whenever they get it, for the pay increase. I should still get it, which would be about maybe $800. I think I said maybe $500 once you take off taxes, because I lose 30% in taxes. So I don't know how much minus, I think it was like $880 or something. So whatever that minus 30% is. Yeah, so he's looking into that for me. So yeah, I went out for breakfast. I called my mom. I went out for breakfast. I put on laundry. I came home. No, before I went out for breakfast, I put out my laundry. And then I went out for breakfast. I came home. I spent 2.5 hours doing that stuff. Then I had to change my Blue Card Working with Families address, so I was able to do that online pretty good. And then I also had to change something else, which was a little bit of a headache, but I was able to do it. And then the last thing I had to change was my tax. Now that took ages to do, and I actually went down the transport office, and they're like, we don't even need to see you here, like that's not where you change it, you need to call them. For some reason, I think I just was getting too overwhelmed because I couldn't even get a hold of them, and then all of a sudden walking home I was able to find the right number, and it was so easy to do, to change my address. But I just wanted to make sure that nothing will come to the other company again. I also put in something for my mutual teacher's registration. I think I did that today. My days are getting muddled now. And then I've just spent I spent an hour cooking. I cooked 19 meals. I did pizza, which was 3 meals, I think. Pizza, sausages. I had 12 sausages. I had more than 12 sausages. I had 20 sausages. A whole pizza, 20 sausages, 6 pieces of fish, 4 chicken chive that was stuffed with garlic, and 12 chicken kebabs, I think. Yeah, I think that's what I cooked up. And so, oh no, not 12 chicken kebabs. It would have only been, and I probably only cooked up about 15 sausages actually, because I've got some in the freezer still. And I've got 6 kebabs, so I cooked up half the kebab, 6 kebabs. And I made 19 meals. I made, I think, 10 dinner meals. I think 10 dinner meals, and then 10 lunch meals and 9 dinner meals, because I still had 2 dinner meals that are in there, and I still have 1 lunch meal that will actually do 2 in there as well. So, yeah. So that'll be me for the next pretty much 2 weeks. Is that right? What did I say? 19? 14? 7 is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So like a week and a half before I will use the oven again, which is great. But now it's not going to be as big of a deal. So I got my power bill. So I got my internet bill. It was $77. That's a pretty standard internet bill, unfortunately. That is lower than what I was paying in New Zealand. So But I got a power bill that was like $214. That's with the $75 discount that the government, I guess, pays or something or other. So, that everyone gets. You don't need to do anything. The Australian government gives you that. Anyways, so when I was having coffee with so nothing is going to my friend, well, my ex-friend, whatever she is. Nothing is going to her sister's house anymore, which is great. Everything is going to come here, so I've changed everything now, so I don't even have to think about it, which is amazing. And so when I was out to coffee with Julie, my neighbor, she was saying that I should check and see because I still hadn't hooked up my hot water. She was saying I should check if I'm on the right plan. So I called. The person, apparently it happened with my neighbor as well. But they put me on this plan that was like a home emergency plan, which then allowed for like a certain amount of call outs to happen, and 2 times they would fix something or other. And I was like, okay, I don't think I need to be on that plan. So he switched me to this other plan. And so this new plan I'm on is roughly like estimate around $1,000 a year. So if you estimate that, that's under $100 for 12 months, right? Under $100 a month, which would be roughly probably what I'm paying. The plan that I was on that just charged me $214. I asked him what would the average annual price of that be. $2,000. So I was on a plan that was double the plan I should have been on. So I'm so glad she told me to check that. And then when I just went and told her, she said, oh yeah, I remember I was on that plan when I first came here because I had done my back in and they put me on that plan. I was just like, they literally try to get money out of you. They put you on the worst plan. And of course, I was gullible because I couldn't even understand half of what these people were saying when they talked to me because I was so overwhelmed those first few days and trying to set up everything. Yeah. So, I'm hoping now my bill is going to go down to a normal bill next time. My hot water bill is probably going to be a lot. Apparently, they charge you 3 monthly. So, November, December, January, February. So, next month, around February 13th, I'll get a bill for my water. Hopefully, it's not too bad, but we'll see. And it's just the hot water. So we'll see what that costs. But yeah, I was just like, are you kidding me? So I'm so happy I got that done. So I've literally got everything done I needed to get done in these last few days being off. So I'm really happy about that. Because it's all the things that I couldn't do because I was working. So, but I knew I needed to do. They were like checklists of what I need to do. So, feeling a little bit better now that I've got all these boxes ticked, and it is almost 5 o'clock, I think, on Friday night. So it means that I can actually relax for the next, 24 hours or 48 hours. So that is good. I'm so good. I've already done my laundry. I might do a little vacuum, although I probably will wait actually because I need to vacuum and clean the bathroom and do the dishes all on Tuesday night because I have a house inspection on Wednesday and my fan's supposed to be fixed on Wednesday, which hopefully means I can move back from the spare room to my room. I really hope they fix it because if I come home and it's not fixed, I'm going to be so upset. So I am now going to try to relax. I think I'm just going to have cereal for dinner, even though I have like all these meals and I was going to eat a meal, but I think I'm just gonna have cereal because I just cannot be bothered to even put on the microwave for, a few minutes. I'm not actually really that hungry, so yeah, I'll probably do that because the cereal that I got is high in protein and I haven't had my cereal today. So anyways, that is what is happening today. So anyways, I hope you guys have a good weekend, and I will message you Monday night after I have had my first day of new work. That I have no idea what I'm doing, but I have to be at work for 8:30 is my understanding. So anyways, have a great weekend, everyone.